All right, we're joined by Charleston head coach Robin Harmony with Taylor and Taryn Barbot. And coach, just your comments on winning the championship.
Well, first I want to say thank you to Hofstra because they really came out and gave us a heck of a game. They they worked, they never quit. So you have to make sure we recognize them, and thank Matt Roberts for giving me the job. And we started out really fast, and then second quarter we kind of got outworked, got out hustled, went into halftime, made some really good adjustments, and then we just came out and did our thing in that third. But when you look at Taylor and Taryn, the combination of the points that they had, they just carried us. And, they're the kids that have the most pressure. They're the kids that we ride the most. They get yelled at for, one little thing that nobody else will. So, those kids just worked. Thank them for coming here. Thank them for staying. When you look at the transfer portal and, everybody that tried to come after them and take them, they're loyal. Their parents were loyal. They stayed. And, now they have a banner forever and ever. But it was just a great game. I'm just proud of our kids, how they worked, how they stuck with it. When you're the number one seed and you're 16-2, there's always a target on your back every single game. And we did that, and we, went through that. And then you come in as the number one seed. We've seen it happen so many times where somebody gets knocked off. But, our kids just stayed the course. And if that hasn't happened in 5 years here, it's something special that we not only won for 2.5 months, but we won for 3 days. And, it's just great. And it's something that now we have to set the bar even higher and beat that next year. And, we expect that. We demand it. We're 26-5. I'm that coach that I hate to lose more than I love to win. And, with these guys here, they have that same mentality. They don't want to lose. They want to keep working. They want to get better. So we have to set the bar. Hopefully we'll get a good seed to go to the NCAA tournament. And then, hey, maybe we'll shake somebody up and surprise them, because the way we played today was just grit, and we just kept with it and, made it happen. Yesterday we were just on fire. But, that's why I say hats off to Hofstra, because they didn't go away. They didn't quit. They hung around just long enough to be a little bit of a pest to us, and, we just pushed it through.
Taryn and Taylor, you guys down 3 at the half, and you come out in the second half. You opened the second half with 17-0 run. What was the message at halftime and between the two of you of what you needed to get done in the second half?
We just wanted to lock down on our defense, score the ball, especially. Like we definitely know we like a third quarter team. We're gonna come out in the third quarter and do something, shake something. Yeah, so that's really what our mentality was just make sure they called a first time out. So that's what we did.
What changed because they made a pretty good run on you in the second quarter. What changed between then and the third quarter?
I'd say just our defense. We were making sure we were matched up and stuff like that. So yeah.
Questions?
Hey, this is for the sisters here. Rob Knox, the 9 basketball. Just can you just share just the mentality of just playing free and easy? Because even when y'all came out to start the second half, y'all looked like it was just 3 o'clock on a random Monday afternoon. Y'all about to go shoot hoops. It wasn't like a championship game. Just take me through that mindset.
My mindset is just really next shot mentality. Even though my shots wasn't really falling in the first half, I just try to keep going, keep shooting, because yeah.
It's no need to play tight. So just play relaxed and things will come.
And obviously, I saw y'all for a week in February, back-to-back games. In retrospect, how much did that week help you all this weekend, or if at all?
I think that 1 week that you seen us, that was the Monmouth game, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that loss, I think that helped us for real, because it helped us see our weaknesses and what we had to work on to get here.
And then, Taylor, just can you just describe what has helped you just see the floor the way that you do, your teammates, just understanding angles and things like that? How much of that obviously is God-given, but then how much of it is studying you or studying maybe somebody in the WNBA or in college in another school?
I would say it's just sometimes film. Sometimes I try to hit people open, but sometimes film helps me see it when people are going to be open and stuff. And then also they're doubling and stuff. I'm going to see the open person there.
And for the two of you, what was the summer like for you? I asked Coach this a little while ago. Obviously I was here last year at the tournament. What was the summer like as far as just the motivation to get to this point, and specifically, what were some of the things that maybe y'all did or changed or just talked about amongst each other that said once the season start, this year would be different?
Definitely like the last 2 years losing in the playoffs. We kept getting closer and closer every year, but we just kept losing. So this year definitely was like we was not losing. Like there was no other option.
I'd say the work is always the same. Like, but this time I'd say like everybody on the team is in the gym working. Like, we always work even when we were losing. So I feel like nothing about that changed. It's just we got a whole team working. Like, I'd say like the culture is getting up there.
Andrew, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. Hey, Coach, just talk about kind of a two-part question. Just talk about Grace and her double-double today and how much that helped you guys. And then what does this mean to you and to the program to finally punch your ticket to March Madness?
Well, with Grace, we only had to play her 18 minutes yesterday, so we knew that she was going to be fresh today. She is a walking double-double machine, and you will see a kid next year that is even better because we're going to work on some things offensively to make her, unstoppable. Well, those double-doubles will be, 30 points because she just rebounds so well, go right back up with that rebound. So she's been a great get from the portal that impacted our play, our team because of just being able to rebound and clean it up a little bit. And then we, made some adjustments to our rebounding and got her some help because people were doing a really good job of boxing her off. And then we sent 4.5 people to the offensive glass, so we got more boards. As far as winning that championship, both of them, the regular season and this one, where we finally get to go to the NCAA tournament, first time in school history. But that's from having great coaches, great players, really good administration that allows us to, do what we need to do. We were going to take a private jet home, but if we do, we'll miss the selection show. So, and that came from Matt Roberts, our AD. So now we're going to bus back so we can stop and, let them see their name flash up. So, it's just, we want to do it again. This is a great feeling. And, we got to continue this and continue to grow our team. We had our board of trustees come. People now are starting to notice us. So, it's just going to make everything just fall together. Before we scraped and scrimped to, get stuff done in our program, we just outworked everybody the hard way, and really the reason is to make sure that our kids have everything that they need. Whatever our men's program has, we want to get. And, with our administration being so great, they're helping us get those things to, our kids deserve it. What's the difference? And, but that is coming from our leader, Matt Roberts, that he knows that, hey, the women need, food. We have really great boosters, that all chip in, and it just keeps on rolling. And, everybody was so used to, at the College of Charleston, it being men's basketball, men's basketball, men's basketball. 40 years it took us to finally win a championship and get that banner. So, it just means the world to me.
Taylor and Taryn, just talk about, I know you had opportunities probably to go other places between the last year and this year, and kind of how this makes you feel sticking it out and then now being able to go and play in the NCAA tournament.
I feel like it means a lot, especially because we've came up short in the past. So getting this win, especially with some of like the other ones that we've been here for a while, like Rissa, Niley, Jamie, it means a lot. Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Congratulations.
Thanks,
you.
Andrew.
I can just be loud.
All right. Go ahead.
Coach, just tell me, if there are little girls in Charleston watching at home and they just watch you guys win this, what is your message to them?
Well, there are, because they come to all of our games at home. It's a great atmosphere. Our kids sign autographs after every single game. They're role models, and, they're going to continue to come. And then that's going to put South Carolina, Charleston area on the map as far as basketball players, because in the past there's been some great players, but not enough. So it's just growing the game, the love for the game. They see their peers. They love these kids. We run a camp, and, they're the counselors, and they look up to them, and they represent themselves, their family, College of Charleston, and it's a great role models for these young players that are coming up. So hopefully we can keep them in our city and not have them go someplace else. But, these guys, it's all up to them. It's just who they are and the impact that they've made on the young people.
And then I know yesterday you talked a little bit about one of the keys to your victory was the full pressure for full court. Tell me how that went today.
Well, today we just tried to get a couple steals, but, we wore them down. Even though we didn't get as many steals as we normally do, we still made them turn the ball over. How many times, guys?
We were turning
13.
13.
13 times, but, and it was just us being solid in the quarter court. Yesterday's game, that pressure was a little bit better. But, it just depends on what they have as far as guards and how many they have. But, if that pressure helped any, it may have helped in the quarter court where they got tired. And it's really tough to play 4 games back to back to back without rest. So just wear them down. That's what that pressure does.
What was the message at halftime? If you can say it, make it available for TV.
Well, the message was that we were getting outworked, we were getting out hustled. They wanted it more than us, and the free throw shooting was 6 for 13. We missed 7 layups, and I get it. It is bright lights. You are going to miss some layups, and it's something that we do need to fix. But it was thinking that we'll just go through the motions and we can get this win. And then they kind of woke up and they knew what they had to do. But, as a coach, it's frustrating because you don't know what you're getting. What we did the night before and then what we're doing today is like, come on, man, where are you guys at? But, and I don't even think my team was nervous or uptight. And we got up this morning and we had practice from 8 to 9, so it wasn't like we were laying in the bed, just chilling. It was them just working and committing to it. So I knew, and a lot of times I don't go in at halftime and go crazy, because if you do that every single day, the ears just go closed. And I think I could say I've done it twice this year. Once after a game that we won, and then this halftime I definitely had to be bleeped a few times. But, it was in our own little circle, and the message got through to them, and they know. Coach doesn't really yell that much, but when she does, you better listen.
All right, and then my questions are for y'all. I promise they're not hard. Just tell me, whoever wants to answer first, doesn't
Okay.
matter. Just tell me, what does it mean to you, and I know it means a lot, but what does it mean to you, first time in program history, you going to the NCAA tournament?
It definitely means a lot, but it was definitely one of my goals on my list. Like, I had a list of goals when I came in June for the summer workouts. That was one of my goals, win a championship. And it was, more things on it, but that was really, the biggest goal.
Yeah, I say it means a lot, because, that'll forever be in the history of Charleston, So, yeah.